So, let me guess. You have your trials coming up, and you still don't know the difference between a persuasive and discursive text because your teacher never told you. This is a common problem that I see several of my students deal with, which is why, here at Mark It Up, I've made them a little table to make their life easier. It is important to remember that the core difference between the two texts is that a persuasive text is meant to convince you of an argument, while a discursive text only helps you reflect upon an argument. Therefore, a persuasive text will argue one side of the argument and will always have a sole conclusion, while a discursive text explores two sides of an argument and can often be open-ended. You don't have to pick. A persuasive text reads like an essay and will therefore have academic language. This requires your tone and register to be formal. However, a very common feature of discursive texts is that they use figurative language. This requires you as an author to use humor and personal anecdotes, which makes them much more fun to write. And lastly, another huge difference between the two types of text is that a persuasive will typically always use the standard Peel structure, where you will have to have a point, evidence, explanation, and link, like an essay. However, a discursive reads like a person's train of thought. So while you do need to have an introduction, conclusion, and bodies, it flows way more casually, and you don't really have to stress about that one typical academic structure. I hope these tips helped. Good luck for your trials!